So my first ever departure from mainland Australia since moving here almost 2.5 years ago saw me getting on a ferry and travelling the 45-minute journey all the way out to North Stradbroke Island, or Straddy as it's known locally. The island itself is about 30 kilometres long, 11 wide at its widest point, and has a total area of 275 square kilometres. Not very big, but it still manages to be 5 times bigger than Bermuda. It's also one of the largest sand islands in the world. When we arrived, the clouds were starting to look a little bit thicker than when we'd left. And by the time we got to our campsite, they'd already had some rain. In fact, it was still drizzling very lightly until the downpour, which unfortunately happened before we had the chance to put our tents up. So we decided to postpone the putting up of the tents, and we jumped in the car instead and did a little bit of exploring. We drove up the road, and who did we meet? These little cuties, just grazing by the side of the road, overlooking a quite stunning beachside view, and looking pretty calm. It turns out that they were not to be the only encounter we had with the wonderful wildlife that live on this island. We went back to camp. The rain had stopped, the ground had dried a little, and we had blue skies. So we put the tents up. Like that. And there's another view of my tent, and you can see that we're just a short walk from this interesting looking little path, which I imagine you can guess where it leads to. Well, let's take a look. Well, the weather wasn't great for our trip, but just walking along this sandy beach this time of the evening was just magical. We caught it just as the sun was about to set, which from where I was standing was a pretty good time to catch it. Help thinking that the thick clouds certainly added to the beautiful scenery that we saw this evening on North Stradbroke Island. And this was just day one.